Okay, I'm back doing some linear inequalities. So we have Jason who's buying hot dogs and wings for a party. One package of wings costs $7 and the hot dogs cost $4 per pound. He knows that he will be buying at least 5 pounds of the hot dogs and he can't spend more than $40. So it asks us to write and graph a system of inequalities that shows the possible amounts of wings and hot dogs that Jason can buy without going over his budget. And then it just says use, in the bottom, use your graph to find 2 possible combinations that Jason could purchase. So I'm just going to start off with the X values as my wings. And we'll do the hot dogs as my Y. And I get questions like, well, how do you know which one is which? You don't. You can pick them the other way if you want. I'm just going to do it this way. So we've got the number of wings. And this is a one package, so number of packages. I'm just going to put this for short. And then over here, this is going to be your number of pounds of hot dogs. Here. All right. So we're looking at spending no more than $40. So we're going to look at this and we are going to go with packs of wings. So we'll go do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just do these by ones because it shouldn't be too crazy high. Let's do 10. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So we're just going to mark these 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. And let's make sure that we have this good to go. Okay. So let's focus on the first thing. One thing that we do know for sure is that he will be buying at least 5 pounds of hot dogs right here. So we know that hot dogs are Y. He can be buying 5 exactly, or he can be buying more because it says at least. So no matter what, we are going to be on a flat, no slope line of 5. So 5 pounds no matter what is going to be the hot dog part. So we're going to draw this straight line. I'm going to arrow right there. You don't need to put an arrow on this side because you wouldn't be going less than 0 packs of wings. So this would be anything that falls in this area right here. It's not going to be below it. So now we want to do our combination. And how could I graph this if I was trying to figure out the $40 part? So without knowing how much, and we know it's $4 a pound, and we know it's $7 a pound, but we don't know how much that combination is. So we're going to put the dollar amounts with this. So the $7 is for the wings, because that's what it says here. So $7 for wings. So we're going to say 7x, and then we're going to do plus 4y, because again, it's $4 per pound of hot dogs. And we want, it can be $40, but it can't be more than that. So it has to be either equal to or less than $40. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at what would happen if I didn't have any hot dogs. Now we know obviously we have to have 5 pounds of hot dogs, but what I'm going to do is, if this wasn't the case and I was doing a different type of a problem, you could do it this way. So assuming that I have none of these at all, and I was just buying wings, I could find out the maximum amount of wings I could buy. So we'll assume that we have no hot dogs at all we're purchasing. Then we would get x by itself by dividing both sides of the problem by 7. And we'd get approximately, we get 5.71 pounds of wings. Now, obviously, we're not buying 5.7 pounds of wings because we can't buy a partial bag. But if we were, that would be where our x-intercept would be at that point. So we would go over here to about right here and put a point right there. So again, that's assuming we had no hot dogs. Now, obviously, we know we have to have at least 5 pounds of hot dogs. But let's take a look at what happens if we just bought all hot dogs. If they're $4 a pound, assuming that we don't have any wings, 0 wings, 4y is less than or equal to 40. We would do the same thing, but we're going to divide by 4 instead. And that's going to give me a y value of less than or equal to 10. So that means that we could buy 10 pounds of hot dogs if we bought no wings. So there's that point. So we have 2 points that we can connect, and I'm going to do the very best I can. Here, let's put this right here. Just kind of connect this. Ooh. All right, that wasn't very good. This is not looking too pretty, but let's fix this. All right, so we're gonna try to do this the best I can. All right, there we go. And again, my apologies, I'm not using a ruler. If anybody wants to buy me a stand for Christmas, I'm more than happy to take it. All right, so it can be less than that because we can't necessarily spend more. So then we have this. This would be our shaded area. And right in here in this triangle spot is where our answer is double shaded. So any combination would work in that triangle. So I could buy, let's say 1 pack of wings and 5 pounds of hot dogs. I could work. I could do 1 pack of wings and 6 pounds of hot dogs. Anything that goes in this dark shaded area would work. If you want more questions like this, you can find them on my YouTube channel. You want algebra, check them out under the systems of linear inequalities section.